What's up, SuperX community? I am here today with some amazing kit here. So I stumbled upon SuperX as a company, saw some cool pictures, some clothes, thought it was going to be some cheap Chinese, whatever. Very, very impressed. So much so that I'm going to start doing reviews of the stuff that I do buy because it's literally that cool. It's always a toss-up when you're buying things online. Sizing can always be a thing, but with this stuff, man, feeling very, very good about it. We've got the full McGinnis suit here. Already pre-opened these bags, so let's just go ahead. I'm going to give you a brief rundown of what I'm seeing. I haven't actually looked at these yet, so you're going to get to see the first reaction. And yeah, pretty much just going to look at the outside, and I'll do a little put on, turn around, modeling for you. So with that said, we're going to start with the hoodie, and we're going to go all the way down. I got the hoodie, the long sleeve, and the jogger. And I'm going to start with the hoodie, and then we're going to go all the way down. This beautiful line here. First of all, I love that all these bags are resealable. So in the case, these are kind of expensive hoodies relatively. You can definitely go over and check superx.com. I think it's .co actually. If you Google SuperX, you'll come up. But I love the packaging. I love that this thing is resealable. They're kind of expensive, and you can resell them fairly easily on like the Facebook group there. So that's pretty fantastic. These are always fun. I dig this like holographic kind of. It's not really, but I dig it. It's such a silly little touch, but it's fantastic. Anyway, here we go. It's McGinnis. This is inspired by Batman Beyond. Sometimes when I ordered this thing, I started to hear the theme, and I was just like, man, I got it, man. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I thought that I'm surprised no more of this exists. It's basically what they do is implied design. So this is Batman Beyond, but clearly you're just seeing kind of like a V, kind of like, it actually looks a little bit like the Metroid helmet kind of going on here. But yeah, it's implied, so you can wear it around so people who don't know what this is, they don't know what it is, and people who do think you're awesome. And usually the kids see it first, and they go, oh, that's great. I literally couldn't walk out of a grocery store the other day without someone going, hey, man, I don't know what that is, but that is awesome. Where'd you get that? So, and that was for when I had the Todd, and it blew me away. So already I can tell you the fabric is just like the last one, super solid, feels very, very athleisure, which is the genre of clothing, fashion. Yeah, the stitching is done with solid. I don't know enough about fashion words here, but it's done with care, man. It's great, and I love the little. I don't know if you can see it, but this is like a red. It's like a red accented. The lighting's not super good in this, but the red looks much better in real life. It's a little faded on this camera here, but there's a little accent. These little red stitches are this beautiful accent. It just fits so well. Anyway, I'm going to open the dang thing up now. The red inner lining of the hood. And this one should fit me. I had to buy a small of the Todd because I love the design, and there's only so many of them before they go out. So, yeah, this is fantastic. And this one's got 2 zippers. The Todd only got 1 zipper and then like a button pocket. This is awesome. And then here's this V-cut they were talking about, which looks awesome and cool. Open this guy up. We've got these are super solid. These are like durable little, I don't know what do you call it? There's a word for these that's escaping me now. But anyway, they're covering like the laces or the, which would be for your shoes, but in this case is the drawstring for the hoodie. The zipper, you can tell the zipper is done well. I don't know how to explain it. It's not waterproof, but it feels kind of like it is. It feels like it seals pretty good. Boom. You can even see without me even having to turn the thing over, the stitching is solid. A little bit of incidental strings and stuff just like hanging out here. But as what happens when you manufacture stuff. But can you see that? Yeah, you can see the stitching from the back through here. Now, some people hate this. They think it's itchy and gross. I think it's cool, personally. To me, it makes it more like a suit, makes it look more like armor. It goes all the way down to the bottom. This is one of the things that got me was the red accent everywhere, the big ones, and then these little ones, I love this because you can't even really see it on the camera, but if you're in person, you're wearing it. And then I love this also. This is a brand that doesn't explode and say, hey, this is our brand and you need to know. Like Nike, like the whole thing is about the swoosh. SuperX is like, we are showcasing heroes and we want you to feel like one. Here's the brand, by the way, in case you forget. And there's also, so this is done subtly. Again, I love that. It's done subtly. And then there's a little rubber thingy right down here. It's in like rubber. I don't know how to explain how that's put into the clothes, but it's awesome. Feels pretty good, man. All the way down. Does it do the thumb holes? No. The Todd did the thumb holes. They didn't, and that's fine. Maybe that'll be on the next one if they decide to do this design again. But just from here, this looks fantastic. I'm stoked already. Can't wait to put this guy on, and then usually they sometimes do like a contrast in the back, like so you can clearly see the symbol, but I love that it's subtle. And it's under the hood too, so when the hood is down, which it will be most of the time, you don't even notice this little lightning bolt symbol there. But man, look at that. I love this. Is that so hard to do, clothing companies? Is it so hard to make cool like sewing designs? I mean, I don't know how hard it is, but heck, man. Thank you, SuperX. And we're going to move on to the long sleeve. Boom. Already pre-opened. So easy to open and get access to. This is in medium. The whole thing's in medium, actually, except the pants. I had to buy the pants in XL because I believe they were out. I don't believe they had any medium joggers. And I've never done joggers with them before, and if they're athletic fit, I usually actually like a little bit more baggy, a little bit more looseness. So for me, that's great. If I can run in it, jump in it, kick in it, land in it, then it's good. Boom. Beauty. Love, again, the implied design. That's why I got it. I love this, like, the sort of the ab thing going down. Doesn't look like much when it's here, lined flat. Let me see the back here real quick. Boom. Love it. See, they went with the red. That's fine. This looks good. This is like a rubberized kind of, I don't know. It's like just, I don't know how to explain that, but it's cool. Yeah, obviously how I look at it will be the determining factor on exactly how it does. But again, love the red sides on the inside. It just adds so much. It's such a unique, and there's a little pocket here. I didn't notice. It's like a cell phone pocket or something like here. That's cool. It's fun just, oh, there's on both sides. Heck yeah, man. So they really made this like if you didn't want to get the full suite, you could just pick, oh, I just want the long sleeve, or I just want the hoodie, and if you're going to do joggers, then great. Like, you literally buying each one of these feels like a solid purchase decision, no matter how you swing it. So anyway, let's go on to the joggers. These are an extra large, and we'll see how that fit happens, because it's a little bigger. But anyway, again, one of the big reasons that I just couldn't pass this up. This is going to look so good with that side trim. With the, it's going to look really good with the side trim on the hoodie and or the long sleeve. Again, with the little lace protector ends here. Got a clearly defined end. Still also an accent color here. We've got zipper pocket, just one zipper pocket in the back. I guess you could have two if you want to be gluttonous. Of course, again, I don't know what it costs to produce this stuff, so I really have no business criticizing. But what I really wanted was see this red thread here, this highlight. It's so subtle, and yet so subtle, and yet makes for so much style, in my opinion. And it runs all the way. It's not just like your standard black jogger. You got these red highlights on the outside, which are going to look great with the hoodie or the long sleeve. And then also you got these, I love this subtle red. Can't really see it. This camera's not great for this. And then you get down here, and then you have these beauty. Some of them have, not zippers, what are they called? The, I can't remember what they're called, but it's like a drawstring kind of thing going on. I think that's what they call it, but I prefer zippers. Part of me doesn't even want to unzip these things, and they're extra large, so maybe, I don't know, it should be fine. Should be able to fit in there pretty comfortably. My ankle, it's pretty narrow, but I also have big legs, so Maybe if I went with their medium, it would have been too tight on my thighs. So we'll find out when I put it on. I actually am kind of excited to see how big are my legs, because I know they can get big if I start actually running, rucking, and doing other stuff like that, lifting, things like that. But again, I'm just going to say it one more time, loving the panel, everything that they do with the panel. Look at this friggin'. So the pants, you've got a panel down here highlighted with this accent red, another panel here highlighted with the accent red. I'm like, this is perfect, because if you're from far away, you're just, it's like a dude wearing sweatpants. But if you start getting up close, you're working out with someone, you're working out with yourself, which is really who you're going to be seeing. And then here you go, hidden subtle SuperX again. I'm basically manic right now with this product stuff, and very impressed with the company. I literally turned around and I bought a whole darn suit. So, and I was like, I don't need the pants, and I didn't think, and some of the characters, some of the concepts, they actually lose out on their the joggers before you lose out on the actual hoodie, which I feel like that's really what gets people to them and draws them to them. So I'm gonna go ahead and try these on now. The one concern that I would have, I think, with any of these is that I think one of the reasons this is so nice, I'm pretty sure what they did, and I could be wrong here, because some people complain in their earlier models about like the thread or the stitching on the inside being itchy, which I don't notice. This is honestly pretty comfy material. I believe it's cotton. Yeah, this is extra large. So this is 2 sizes above what technically I probably should have. I think they did recommend a large, actually, so maybe it's only 1, just based on what I gave them. But at least with the hoodie, I think, maybe it was just the Todd that I had. It does feel very thick, and I suppose one concern that one might have is that it's maybe too heavy, or like than you want it to be for workout, or it's too hot. That's honestly a big one. I believe their headquarters is in the South, in Florida, which is interesting, because you'd think they wouldn't be putting out like hot stuff in the Florida South or in the Florida summer, but at least half the country can be happy and stuff. But anyway, I love this. I'm wearing this anyway. Even if it's too hot outside, I'm going to go to the gym in it, and I'm going to leave the gym in it if it's too hot, and if I don't want to work out in it, because it looks so darn cool. Go to the grocery store with it. I literally will stand in the refrigerator section wearing this because it feels so cool. Anyway, we'll do a quick sizing test. I'll go ahead and put it on and take a couple steps for you, and then we'll keep moving from there. All right, so here it is, the infamous McGinnis suit. Again, I love this subtle red stitching. I love where it meets, where it contours on your body, or contours on your muscles. I love this sort of armor effect down here, this sort of slit here definitely keeps this from bunching up. Sometimes it can flop up like that, but it's fine. I mean, it's worth having that full straight look going on. Yeah, man, this is a cool hoodie. Can't complain. Maybe I would go a bigger size just because, or maybe I just need to eat more. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a tight fit. I mean, that's the whole point. Slim fit. This feels thicker material than this, which is good, because like when I get my lats going, I can see myself expanding out in that direction. I'll do a little turnaround, starting with the hood, and we're gonna go all the way down. Yeah, so there's the hood, so it's good. The zippers are good. They work. Nice deep pockets here on the hood. Super helpful. The hood works. The hood's pretty deep, even though I feel a little bit more like a Cobra than I do maybe like a Vigilante, but I don't know. Still dig it. It's deeper than the one on my other one, on the small Todd. So solid. I like the depth of that. Would like it a little more Assassin's Creed looky, like so it can cover my eyes like from above, so it can almost use like a really small cap. I love the subtlety of the brand here, so it's there, but it's not screaming. Again, I love the the red that goes all the way down. That's just so good. And then it goes right down, and it goes right down into your right down. The long sleeve is underneath it, but it goes right down into your red side thing on the joggers, which look pretty solid as well, I'd say. You know, Phew. It would be cool to have like, well, it doesn't really matter because if you're wearing this on top, the joggers, you can't see that anyway, but it'd be nice to have like a red thing there. Oh, I was going to say the one thing, even though I do love the subtlety, and I think that's what they were going for with the Batman Beyond kind of look, it would be nice to see this a little bit better. Like, because I was looking in my, in the bathroom, and these are really cool to the eye, man. Like, I feel awesome in this. I can't see it so well. Would be cool to have a little bit more, sort of just maybe a thicker string to sew that, but that's for the next version. This is still fantastic. I'm actually going to go down to the joggers, which I'm actually really excited about. So those I ordered, I think 1 to 2 sizes up. This is an extra large. I would probably be a medium to a large, but I went up, so it gives you a lot more room in the crotch area. So I prefer freedom down there. So for me, that's perfect. And if you look at some of my older stuff, I've worn some pretty baggy pants. Yeah, so there's one of these pockets seems to be smaller than the other one. I don't know if that was intentional or if it's like this is supposed to be your cell phone pocket and this is supposed to be your keys pocket. Maybe that's the case. I'm a little bummed about the one thing that I will say is I thought these long red things were like to a bigger pocket on the inside, which would I was like, oh man. And it only goes, well, this one is the bigger one, but the pockets are pretty standard. They're not like super big and super deep. Granted, I understand you don't want them to be too deep if it's your workout clothes, but I still would have liked a little bit deeper of a pocket. And then on top of it, I was going to say the red here. There could be, is there a red there? Yeah, it would be nice to have some red, like more red there. But again, if you're wearing this, it doesn't matter because it's covering it. One of the things I love the most about this, though, is that this is like the triple stitching. It's got to be decorative because it looks great. But it also goes down and across. It comes from the side, comes down and across towards the inside of your knee. And then, if I'm not mistaken, it continues to the back. Continues up the back. And it goes around your calf too, and all the way down the back of the calf. I'm like, that's so cool, man. I love this paneling stuff going on. And the zipper bottoms. Hope I'm in the shot here. I couldn't use the selfie version because it just wouldn't let me. But yeah, super solid. And it's great because I don't have to really worry about like unzipping as I get my feet in, because if it was a super tight size, then you probably would have to have that issue. But I love that it kind of, even in the extra large, it's close, but it still gives me some space. It's still a little wrinkly. Yeah, and flexible. I dig that personally. And I have more room up there by the crotch area, also more room to grow for my legs. And my legs are relatively big for me, so it's fine. Next thing, we'll go to the underside of this, and we'll call it quits. There you go. There's your jogger, or there's your long sleeve. And then you've got, I don't know if they did this on purpose, if the reason they did that cut was for the bat look, because, man, this looks pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you, but pretty stoked about that, you know. Looks pretty Batman-y to me. I'll go ahead and take the hoodie off here in a second. I feel like it looks pretty good with this on, like fully zipped up, or even just like half even, because it all goes together. Can't go wrong with the black, and red and black. It's awesome. Still have my tags in because I'm weird like that. I like to at least pretend it's going to be new for a long time. Yeah, so then there's your long sleeve. You got the holes in the long sleeve, which is pretty cool. Yeah, love the paneling again. There's like things like this little cut here. It's like gauntlet-esque, kind of. Not really, but just enough to be like, all right, that's cool. Love it, like the paneling of the shoulder here, the deltoid. Yeah, and of course the abs. Like, it's obviously exaggerated, but and the implied V, digging it. And of course, I think one of my favorite things about this whole thing is this inner under armpit, the red that goes. That's just so cool to me, and it goes down into the pocket. Boom, both sides. It's fantastic, man. It's a great design. I don't know what goes into designing this stuff, but and then I love and you have a little pocket here if you need to drop something, ID, keys, or whatever it is. That's fantastic. Yeah, so this is an extra large pants, and it doesn't even look like it's that much bigger than me. I might actually consider trying to go a little bit larger on my hoodies in the future, just because if this is what 1 or 2 sizes up bigger than me, this is pretty comfortable. Obviously, it's not super tight on me, but I can move in it. It looks cool enough. Still got the style, and that's what you're going for, right? But yeah, man. So yeah, so there's your bat suit, your McGinnis, jogger, long sleeve, and hoodie. More to come from me. I'm probably going to buy from this company again for sure. Yeah, man. With that said, see you next time.